Hello, everybody. NC4XL, North Carolina for Extreme Lovers. And I'm not just Dom, the darling old man. Going to take you back about 4 years, plus or minus, when I was a new hunter. And back then, when an activator was spotted, because we were learning how to walk on that spotting page and figure it all out, I would go work them. 90% of the time I never respotted them because I really didn't know what I was doing. But let's talk to you hunters a little bit about activators and learning why you want to work all of them you can when you can. When you get started in Parks on the Air, you have a lot to train yourself to do as far as, okay, I'm going to sit and wait and learn their style of operating in that pileup. There are many activators that do not have pileups. And it's because they're new and a lot of people don't know them. They haven't gotten the opportunity to meet, to greet, to share conversations, and to realize how much fun that it is taking the time to go out to these different parks around the world, not around the states, around the world. And for you as a hunter, work them and spot them if you would. If seriously, you can help the activators stay busy. Right now we're in a peak, and many of us are more fortunate because we're going to run, let's say, some bigger numbers than some of the others. That's okay. But when the times change and the band conditions and propagation change and the cycle starts going downhill, all that's going to change. But you as a hunter, you will find that there are certain activators that you want to work and certain activators you don't. And that's your choice. That's awesome. Thank God we have choices in this hobby. But if you want to keep up with them, there's an app called Ham Alert. I use it exclusively. And every day I come up with another Parks on the Air ham radio operator that I want to follow because they're now starting to do more activations. I don't care if it's the repeat park over and over and over because there's many benefits to the hunter for working that park or group of parks continuously. I'm a perfect example of it. 695-483-1348-524-860-4852. Those are repeated parks that I personally activate so that folks can earn the repeat offender as a hunter and or earn an eagle for that particular park number. And working me in all those parks and getting 100 contacts, regardless of it's me or several other of us that work those particular parks, you can earn a park supporter with an eagle. Now that's down the road. Primarily what I want you to consider is you're hunting, folks. You're establishing friendships, not just acquaintance, but you're establishing friendships. And the styles that the activators operate, you're learning to blend into them so that you're able to work them. And you'll notice that many folks, when it comes to if they can, they're going to call you by name. Now, don't get mad at me, but I don't cheat. And what I mean by cheating is I'm not using a device that's telling me their name, so don't be offended by that. I'm using good old-fashioned memory because I paper log. I go home. I type it in N3FJP program. and I memorize their names with the calls. I always try to joke around with a call sign that triggers for me a name that goes with that call sign. And have been doing this for 4 years, and you hunters will learn. There's times when somebody calls in, I don't even give their call. I just call their name and we exchange a report because they're that loud. I know who they are. They know who I'm calling. And you too will learn that and find that happening just by working the activators. Yes, you can be selective and you work who you want. I'm not telling you to work everybody because you have to. That's not it. But as you grow in the fellowship and friendship with one another, you'll find that you may have ham alert you have to shut off sometimes because you have everybody and his brother out at the same day activating parks. And sometimes it can be fun chasing activators. As an activator, if you're listening, I want you to understand the following statement. I try real hard before I activate my park on the spotting page to activate my park by hunting first. My personal goal is to activate the park first by chasing other hunters. Correction, chasing other activators as a hunter so that I have the park activated. Then when I go to the other bands and so forth, I'm not stressed out about, am I going to get enough? I'm just going to go work what I can. And as a hunter, if you see them spotted and you're new, you don't realize the value that you have as a hunter taking a moment to spot that activator. A simple 5-9 November Charlie. That's all you have to do. If you want to put another comment, put the other comment there. The next person that respots after you, your comment will go away. So, many times you're going to see a couple things. One is QRT on the spotting page. That means they are done for that park and or generally speaking done for the day. Some folks will say QRT on to next park. So they're really telling you don't respot them because they will respot once they get to the next park. Some of us will take the time and we'll write or type in hunting. If you see the word hunting, generally speaking, there's nobody on that frequency and other activators may take over that frequency and you're thinking it's one person and it's not because the system hasn't refreshed. So if you see the word hunting, that activator more than likely is QSY'd to another band or trying to find a clearer frequency, etc. So that's what that may mean when you look at it. If it says hunting, they're probably not there. If an activator asks you as a hunter to mark them QRT, then do so. Otherwise, do not mark a activator QRT. There's too many variables that happen out in the field that the hunter may not realize they had to go to the bathroom. They spilled their coffee all over the place. The battery went dead and they're changing batteries. The moment of silence is unknown by many, but there's reasons for it. And sometimes they just forgot to mark themselves hunting or QRT. But always give the activator the benefit of the doubt. We appreciate you hunters that are out there. Do not be afraid to respot somebody. Do not be afraid to put them in ham alert and start chasing them. Do not be afraid to develop the friendship, the fellowship, the acquaintance, however you would like to classify it, with Parks on the Air family. You will find that they are different than most amateur radio groups. And they're all pretty much there to have fun following the guidelines. We appreciate you. Without you hunters on the other side of this video, my time, gas, and etc. are wasted. I need you like a fix, like another cup of coffee. I've got to have you in my log, and I appreciate when you get in my log. The only satisfaction I get is I accomplished a great day. I don't look for being number 1 or number 22. I look for going out and making contacts until the band dies, or in my case, I run out of energy. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Thank you for having an interest in Parks on the Air. Remember, Parks on the Air grows because of you guys and gals on the other end. 73s, I hope this helps a little bit, and I look for you on the log, 73s.